Kia ora, boys and girls. It's another time for another Christmas story. The Not So Wise Man. We had the wise woman last week. Now the not so wise man. There he is there. And it's by Alan McDonald. Ashtar was wise. The wisest in the land, so people said. He lived alone in a tall, windswept tower at the top of a hill. People came from far and wide to listen to Ashtar's great learning. Ashtar told them about a time when a great king would be born. A wise man should be ready, he said. When the last visitor had gone, Ashtar climbed the winding stairs to the top of his tower and gazed up into the sky as he did every night. There he is. Ashtar knew each star and counted them off in his head. Suddenly he stopped. His old heart leapt. There in the midnight blue was the sign he'd been waiting for, a new star in the sky. He ran downstairs, threw his scrolls and a clean nightshirt into his bag. A wise man travels light. The star was calling him to follow. The king was about to be born, and Ashtar longed to see the child himself. So off he went on his donkey. All that night he journeyed, following the bright star. He crossed great mountains and crept by villages. At last, crossing a plain, he met some travellers dressed in rich silks and furs. "We have come a long way and our camels are tired," they said. "Do you know anywhere we can find water?" Ashtar put his ear to the ground, as you do, and listened. Then he stood up and sniffed the wind. "Over that hill you'll find a pool of water where you can rest and drink," he said. The travellers marvelled at Ashtar's wisdom. They asked him to join them on their journey. "We too are following a star. Why not come with us?" But Ashtar shook his head. "A wise man travels alone," he said. Toodaloo! Eager to be on his way, he left them and set off on his quest again. The next night, Ashtar heard voices calling at the edge of a wood. 3 shepherds came out of the darkness, carrying torches. One of them said hello to the donkey. "What are you looking for?" Ashtar asked them. "One of our sheep," said the shepherds. "It's run away." Ashtar pointed to a tuft of wool caught on a bush. "Follow the trail into the wood. That's where you'll find your sheep." The shepherds found the sheep just as Ashtar had said. They begged him to stop and warm himself by the fire. "It's not often we meet such a clever man." "Thank you," said Ashtar, "but I must go on my journey. A wise man has few words to spare." Toodaloos! As Ashtar rode on his way, thinking it must be the wind singing so softly over the hills. There's the angels going, "Glow." Yeah, that's what angels do. Before long, Ashtar reached a small town where the streets were crowded with people. He knocked at the door of the inn. The innkeeper stuck his head out impatiently. "No room, full up." "How many times do I have to tell you people?" Ashtar smiled. A wise man would put a sign on the door. That way he could get some peace. The idea had never occurred to the innkeeper. He wrote "no room" on a sign and nailed it to the door. The next people who came to the door didn't knock. They saw the sign and turned away sadly. A man leading his donkey with a pale, weary woman on his back. Wonder who that might be. The innkeeper watched them go delightedly. Get some peace at last. To show Ashtar his thanks, he promised to find him a bed for the night. Past midnight, Ashtar woke up. The star shone through his window, filling the room with silver light. Ashtar hurriedly dressed and went out. He walked through the still silent streets searching. Perhaps it was in this very town that the child from heaven would be born. At last, beside a small inn, he came to a ramshackle stable. Ashtar could hear the cows lowing inside. Grazing under a tree were a donkey and a flock of sheep. He wondered who could own so many animals. But it was no business of his. He had come looking for a king, and he wasn't foolish enough to think that a poor stable was the place. Sighing deeply, Ashtar turned away and went on his way. The wisest man in all the land was going home none the wiser. And there in the stable, there's the Glorias, and there's the camel riding guys, and there's the sheep and the shepherds. And that's the end of the story. Which just goes to say something like, well, sometimes your wisdom doesn't count for much, does it? Sometimes you just got to follow your heart. Take care.